Okay guys, so I'm gonna be walking you through this landscape study I did in like 25 minutes. You don't have to take 25 minutes, but I'm just gonna explain to you real quick my process through it. So you're gonna wanna take it from the all the way back to the front. So first thing you're gonna tackle is the sky. So you're gonna put a base for the sky. And I'm doing that right here. Just a rough idea about the colors, what they look like. So I see like bright yellow orangish, and then blues, and then some purple, which I try to put here. And yeah, you just go through with it. And then what I'm doing here is starting from the mountain, since we covered the sky sorta, and with the lasso tool I'm just getting a shape out, and taking a brush I'm just putting a shape there. It doesn't matter what color or what kind of level it has, you can edit it all later on a new layer, so it just always, you can edit it whenever you want. So just do layer by layer, take a layer for each element you tackle. Like there's the background, there's the first mountain, and then there's the second mountain, and then we have the flower fields. So start from the back, take a new layer, and then do the middle portion of it. And as you can see, it's a little darker, so I put it as a little darker. So that's how you're gonna do it. And again with the lasso tool, because it's really fast and it retains all the shapes and sharpness. So if you do it with a brush, it'll probably gonna be really blurry, since they're mountains, so they're gonna be sharp, so you wanna do it like that. And I took another layer and I just put the flower field thingy here. I'm saving because I don't have a UPS right now, so it might just shut down anytime. So yeah, there's that. Now I'm doing the flower, what do you call it, stems, because it's gonna be under the flower. So anything that's in front of you, you're gonna do it last. So we're gonna do under the flower first. And with the lasso tool, it's just super fast. You can just do it just like that. After that, I'm just like adjusting the values, because at the bottom it's darker and then it's like lighter on the top, so I'm just doing that. And putting some values on the stems as well. You can log the opacity, you can Google that if you don't know here, but I didn't record it like in a way to show. Like there's an icon on top that locks the transparency. You're gonna do that, and then you can shade on top of all these lasso findings you're doing here, like lasso selections. You could shade over them, color over them without them losing their shape. So right now I'm just roughly doing all those flowers, because there is a lot, so you just want to go crazy with it. The style will show, and then I just locked the opacity again and just filled it with a color. Now I'm giving them some light, because some of them are dark, but there's still some light touching on them, so you're gonna want to do that. And after that I'm gonna tackle the flowers egg yolk, because those things look like eggs, especially mine. So if you've reached this far, it's basically you're set to go. So now what you're gonna do is just lock those layers you've taken so far, the upper mountain, the middle mountain, and everything else. You have it in sections. So you just log their opacities and then detail them as much as you can. I try to keep things abstract, because these textures can you can detail them as much as you want, but if I get the feel from a distance, that's enough for me. So I just keep my canvas way out of there, don't zoom in and stuff, and try to get it as close as you can without doing too much. Hence why my landscapes don't really take long to make. I just want to get the feel out of the reference image, and if I achieve that, I just stop painting right away. So right now I'm detailing the sky. There's a lot of bright blues and whites and purples and some shades there. So now I'm just completing one at a time. So like they all progress together. So that's what I'm doing here. Now I took a layer on top of everything else because the clouds and the fog, they're all overlapping the mountains. So once something is overlapping, you can't keep it on the clip layer anymore. So you're gonna wanna take a new layer on top of everything and then finish it, because now things will start to mix together. And one problem with working with layers is if you work separately on them, the colors might not match. But that's a really easy solution. You can adjust the colors on each layer till they all like unite. So that's easily fixable. Now I'm blocking in some quick clouds. I'm not planning on keeping the texture of them because, as you can see in the reference image, the clouds aren't really like that. So what I'm gonna do is I will mix and I'm just using that as a placeholder so I can just paint over it later. So yeah, those are temporary. Now what I'm doing here is I'm blending all of these together to get it as close as I can get it to in like the original image. So yeah. I'm just blending all the things I've placed so far. If you press Control A and then Control Shift C and V, then it'll duplicate everything you have into one image. So Control Shift C and then you can just Control V after you selected the whole image. And now I'm just mixing all of those together with since there's no separate layers anymore, it's all together. So I'm just gonna freely paint over this because I've set up my canvas. And as you can see, I've completely gotten rid of those cloud brushes because they don't really fit in our image here, and I'm just blending away. So while we're finishing this, I've also asked you guys some questions in my page, so I'm gonna read out some of those questions and answer while this thing finishes in the background, because that's all I did. The rest of it is just literally just blending and finishing it. So Shirley has asked that giving away your old Wacom. So I want to talk about it real quick and get over with this. I did not buy that my first Wacom tablet. My mother gave it to me as a gift before I left for Malaysia. So this is not even my own earning. I don't really own this. This isn't mine. So I cannot give it away even if I wanted to. It's just wrong. So I'm just gonna be keeping it. And plus, my new tablet might just stop working any day. It's a screen tablet. I don't know much about it, about how long it'll last. So a backup tablet is always good to have. So I'm not going to be giving that away. I'm sorry. And then Risat J. Chaudhary has asked that imagine that you woke up in the morning and found out that you don't have your artistic skill anymore. What would it mean to you? I mean, it would obviously be sad, but I wouldn't be completely out of everything. I still have my musical stuff, so I can pursue music. I can get back on my programming degree, and then those two, and then I have some other skills. I could just I have a year and a half of working experience in hotel and cutlery stuff while I was in Malaysia, so I can use that certificate and just get back on the hotel grind. So it wouldn't mean too much to me. I could just tackle other options. And then Munif has asked that how to draw with the burnt hand. So this is an inside joke because I've burnt my hand a couple weeks ago because I was super fatigued and I wanted to get rid of the pain. So I just used I used a heat compress on my hand, And what happened was my hand got burned because I left it there for too long. I was watching Avatar and I just totally forgot about it. Like I had heat on my hand. So yeah, how to draw with a burnt hand. You just go through it. And then Shazina has asked, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. It's like, talk about artists' comfort zone. Should one rely on them? How does one break out of these comfort zones? Comfort zones are great because if you're on a block, you can always get back to what you like drawing, but it depends on what you really want. If you want to be a freelancer who tackles every single thing, then yeah, you should be focusing on getting out of comfort zones because those will be a big hurdle and you don't want that. But if you're doing it for hobby, if you're doing it for your pastime, if you're doing it for calming yourself down, if you're using it as therapy, then yeah, you should stick to whatever feels comfortable to you. And then Doki has asked that how do you deal with burnouts? How do you manage to sustain the creative drive in just one single field for a long time? Like what makes you stick to it and not move on to something new? It's basically like, if you like, how do I say this? There's something there's skills you learn, and then there's passion that you're really passionate about, like what you live for. It's really easy to tell what those things are. I could probably learn to play the violin and it might be fun for me, but I wouldn't want to be playing violin for the rest of my life. That's not my pursued passion. That's just something fun and quick I want to learn and then get over with. Same with any other skill I might learn. But drawing is something that gets me through everything. It gets me through depression, gets me through sadness. It's something I can keep doing without feeling any kind of fatigue. Like even when my body gives up, I still keep drawing because I really enjoy this. And it's just something everyone has that they really enjoy, or if they don't have it, they haven't really tried it, like book reading or whatever, or writing. Something everyone has that's really natural to them, and they will keep wanting to do it if they get started on it. So this isn't really a helpful comment to like dealing with burnouts because this comes naturally to you. But if you're someone whose main thing isn't art, but you still want to deal with the burnouts, I would just say grind it out. When you're burnt out and you're out of creative juice, you would not want to draw because the quality would be low and you wouldn't be producing as much of a, like whatever you wanted to, like it's not your peak style, it's not your peak quality, so you'd want to not do it. But I'm gonna advise against that, and I'm going to tell you to draw and then make crappy results, because even if they're bad, once you keep drawing over those burnouts, those like bad quality drawings will improve, and it'll eventually get to a standard where even if you're on a block, even if you're burnt out, those things you're making, it holds a certain quality that you're proud of. So you're gonna wanna stick to that and train that burnt out state. Yeah, and what other questions do we have? Rezone has asked that what is the best thing about being a doodler? What inspired you, and most commonly, what do your conceptual ideas and the visual projects you make mean to you? I draw because I love drawing. There's no proper inspiration. I just enjoy drawing. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. And my conceptual ideas and visual projects mean barely anything. I'm still training, I'm still studying, so that I can go for that conceptual and visual projects as I go. So I'm still training, and these are disposable stuff. I'm sorry if it sounds too harsh, but I know you guys love it. But this is all my training pieces, and I will be making like actual original content soon, like my world building ideas and characters, once I have the skill required. I do not think I have it yet. I do work on projects, but I'm still not super proud of them. So once I have a certain level of skill, I'll start building my own worlds, and yeah, then they will mean something to me. This video got longer than expected, so thank you for sticking around, and I will catch you on the next video. And leave a comment if you have anything else to ask, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.